means never having to say you're sorry, as we will now see in the budding career of the young Barry Seal. This man, Joe Nettles, was a kind of second father to the young Barry.
I met Barry Seal when I was out there taking flying lessons with Ed Dufford. And Barry was out there all the time. And Barry, he was a senior in high school. I said, Barry, what you gonna do when you get out of high school? So I'm gonna work for you. I said, you ain't working for me. You going to college. Told me, he said, Joe, I'm fixing to make $200,000. So what you gonna do, rob a bank? He said, no, I'm gonna fly some arms to Cuba. I said, you gonna fly to penitentiary, where you gonna fly to?
Barry's arrest with a plane load of weapons, we learned, had taken place in the tiny town of LongView, Texas. Joe wishes, more than he can say, that Barry hadn't been so lucky with the judge.
Oh, but he showed me a letter from the judge. I believe it was a very complimentary letter. It exonerated him from any guilt whatsoever. He got out of that. If he hadn't gotten out of that, he never would have gotten into the other deeper stuff he got into, because he thought if he could get out of that, he could get out of anything. He thought he was invincible. Pointed a finger at me and said, this man taught me everything I know. I said, no, I didn't. I didn't teach you to take arms to Cuba. He just laughed. He laughed at everything.
Invincible is, of course, just another way of saying above the law. This arrest is just the first of at least 4 separate arrests during Barry Seal's spook career, which we uncovered, that have never before been reported. Charlie Montgomery was recruited by Barry in the same way he himself had been recruited by David Ferry.
I met Barry in the summer of '68. I was 11 years old. And it was one of those things where I was the monotonous kid that he couldn't get rid of. So he had to take me in. I was